Best regards, teacher. I'm going to talk about the topic what lies ahead. And the first is medicine and health. The majority of surgeries will be performed by robots. In this case, it's definitely that this is going to be happening. And actually, you can see many robots that operate many part of the part of the body human. For example, the appendix or another or organs. And this is good because this by create these roads it can save many lives, and the doctors they facilitate to do these operations. For example, if China is the first country that had these roads, but there are other countries that they don't have it. For example, El Salvador, but El Salvador need it because there are many people in danger of the death. So China can donate these robots, and this will be help you to save many lives of the people. Okay, the second is scientific will be prepared for any virus and pandemic. Okay, I think that's something that's going not to be possible because if is in the future there is going to be a new virus, I think scientists will not be prepared because just like the COVID-19, for example, the scientists took more like 1 year to find the vaccines against COVID-19. So I think it's going to be the same if in the future it's going to be a new virus. So that's why it's my opinion. And the third one is about transportation. Petroleum will not longer be used as an energy source. And this is the something 100% is going to be happen because nowadays there are cars that they not need to they don't need gasoline, so this is a good option because they only need electricity. And because by having these cars, we can save money. For example, a person at least spend $80 in the week for going to the gas station. But if the person have this car, electric car, they can save a lot of money in the week. And also by having these cars, we can save the environments. That is very important. So in the future you can see, for example, planes, motorcycles or another transportation that are going not to be used anymore gasoline. And another about transportation is most vehicles will not require a driver, and cars will go underwater or fly. I think this is something that is already happening, for example, with the Tesla, because they not require a driver. For me, it's a good creation, but for me, I think it's not 100% safely because a minimum fare in the car system it can cause a serious accidents or even the death. So that's why my point of view that in the future the humans needs to continue driving the cars or another transportation. In my point of view about the cars that we can go underwater or fly, I think this is definitely that's going to be happening in the future because it exceeds the airplanes and boats. So that's something that's going to be happening in the future. Okay, and the other is digital technology will have replaced the traditional paper passport. This is something that is already happening today, not with the passport, but with the vaccination card of COVID-19. because when the person wants to travel to another country, so he went to the airport, he can show his or her vaccination card not in physical, he can show in digital. So I think this is something good because he can say, for example, about spending a lot of money to get the physical passport or vaccination card, or for example taking care of this passport or not to lose it. So I think in the future is definitely that's going to be happen with the passport, that we can have it physical or digital. There is home and work. People will be living on another planet. I think this is something that is not possible because there isn't another planet like the Earth. So that's why it's very impossible that this is going to be happened in the future. But I think it can be, for example, a space trip. The people can travel to see, for example, Mars or another planet, but just stay, for example, a few days. But no, for live in these planets. So that's why this is something like the movies that we can see, but I think it's not possible. And the other is agriculture work will no longer require human workers. I think this something possible like going to be happening in the future, as we can see, for example, many robots replace workers on the factories. So I think it's possible that the robots replace human workers on the agriculture. But this is something negative because these robots will it will be unemployment of the workers, because as they only dedicate themselves for that, because the robots will be doing the activities of the humans to collect the basic grains, fruits, vegetables, taking care about the ground and other activities. So that's my point of view, that this is going to be something negative. And finally, the majority of homes will have a robot to do household chores. I think this is something that it can be possible in the future, as we can see in the movies, like every family in their house have their own robots, so the robots can clean the house, make the bed, even cook and other activities. So there is something area about this, because the people who work for cleaning the houses, or for example cleaning the company office, they will lose their job because the robots will replace them, because the robots will do these activities. So this will be a lot of unemployment.